but it's kind of single target unless you want to get fancy with like the flashes and you can try and hit multiple targets, but it's still less than ideal for, you know, trying to enable like a Rumble and an Orianna. This comp to me feels heavily built around now this Ahen with like the Stand United to try and start making some plays around the map.
Reledge very interested in it. Vladdy moving first as well. A little bit of health missing, but as he gets spotted out, Reledge will know he won't have his mid laner first. Paris is in harm's way. Shadow Dash comes through. Flash from Reledge, looking for the knockup. Razor gets paranoia off the Scuttle Crab though, an advantage as Shockwave is flushed away from, and Vladdy comes up to snipe the kill. Now Poby in trouble with no mana to...
They're
not going to kick it in, so Reledge get first dragon of the game. It's nice where Navi want to be. Dagda, we talked a little bit about Reledge being in control of this game so far. So, early game for Fnatic right now is looking squeaky clean. Paranoia is going to be the choke out. Public execution follow-up from Sobro. Razork's on the head of Mainta, who's going to get the Stand United now. Paris has transported up towards the top lane. Saves his top laner, but Fnatic, 2 grubs already taken down as the slow burn came through mid-play. Razork's now going to take number 3, uncontested.
I love the idea of the play, though. Get that wards, try and go for the all-in on main turn. Even if you don't get the kill, having that Stand United down gives you so much freedom on the map. It is such Fnatic group up.
Upset has good damage, trying to poke out, but Navi seem to be on top of this. Drake at 3k, Paranoia flies in. It's a flash from Razork. He gets exhausted. True shot with an encore, and Razork doesn't care about sacrificing his life, as that Grim Deliverance is not enough to escape from the Navi jungler, and Vladdy sweeps them all up.
And Razork can cheat over the wall, so immediately you lose the control of that choke point, and he's in the back line. You've already got the...
I like it, and it's not just for that. I'm talking about our league generally, but it is really nice to see the setup, the due diligence being done. Obviously, right now, this is a Fnatic glazing session because of how they've played this early game. You know, it feels like they respect the Bazooka Navi composition, and they're now going to bring out the TP, the Paranoia as well. Vladdy's been caught out. Meanwhile, on the side of our screen, TP finally going to be channeled through. It's Poby bringing the ball in. Sandy flies on in. It needs to be a shockwave, but Sobro flashes out before it can be executed. Poby holds on as Sobro gets out, if only just Mainta coming in, holding the equalizer as well. Razork uses ulting from afar to safeguard the escape of Fnatic, but they lose Dragon for the commitment.
Yeah, Razork just going to move top, try and take that tower instead. So we'll still be 2 dragons. At least Sobro didn't fall. But the TP's, I think, a little bit too deep, especially on Vladdy's side. Immediately, Navi were aware that he was there and were able to turn onto him. But Navi get dragon. Actually, will that tower on the top side go down? It's low, but Razork didn't stick around to auto-attack it, which I thought he would. Maybe just making sure that Mainter loses the wave. Just
gone.
about.
It's gone?
Yeah.
It's gone. It's gone. Yeah. Okay, so second turret. Fnatic picked up the first one before. And he's in trouble. He's got 2 items, but this Kaza mid with only an exhaust flashes away preemptively from the Purgatory. Sobro doesn't have to laner as he threatens. Reledge going to be backed off. They have full information now. As you said, this is a solo Drake. This stops the stacking. And all they'll get in return is that push in of the wave.
And they don't have enough peel tools to really deal with it. And that kind of only gets amplified with more of them as lost, but good route onto Paris.
Here comes the encore as well. It flies into Reledge, who's looking for his steal. He wants to find a Nocturne, maybe not. Grim Deliverance used. Razork into the backline, now exhausted. He's deep, but he's not dead. The damage can't find it. Marcus Sobro flies in to deal with the other 3 who are left behind. Mainta tries to commit all to Vladdy, but he too will die. Fnatic pick apart the pieces, and now with 5, Baron in their eyes.
Fnatic make it look easy, come in from multiple angles, and Navi, they wanted that fight and immediately regretted it.
The Paranoia fly in. Razork has done that a couple of times, and he takes a while to die or just doesn't hit the floor. Baron goes down. Fnatic again impressing as this game is walking away from Navi. Lanes. And Mainta defending, getting the push out himself while mid continues to be sieged. Navi have given up this turret. They know they can't. Paranoia is going to be used on top of the head. Grim Deliverance from Reledge. Razork already sent, and then the public execution follow-up. Fnatic pick apart the pieces again. Well executed.
So still not quite the numbers advantage they would like.
Bit of poke that is sending them away on the side of Navi. Scared of this Ezreal as well as there goes Inner. Ashen Pursuit used to clear the rest of the wave. As I said,
like, I do not think Navi should be trying to contest this.
What else can you do? You're right. Paranoia, though. Too far up mid-wave is Poby. Caught out by Razork. The fear to pursue as he flashes away. There's no escape for Poby. The autos find his marker. Sam D. Killer Instincts in, but in the middle of Fnatic, he has to find a perfect angle. Grim Deliverance not bad, though. Navi might have found that set angle. Relax looking for the rival. He now has it in his back pocket with the shutdown there. Fnatic have gone a bit too far this time, turning the lights off. Waits for Navi. Razork from the wing. No Paranoia. No flash to get in. This dragon is gone. Objective banning claimed, and Fnatic will not commit for the 50-50.
Dangerous, especially this separated. Paris will at least get a ward, but I think it'll be gone before Relech can even get there. Yeah, they're just going to back away. Paranoia
just in case as well. That's not used for a target. That's used to keep Navi away. Baron number 2 goes to Fnatic. They still hold control in this game out of Mariana. Maybe with the Crypt Bloom can do it, but that turret's almost dead, so it might be at another structure that Poby has to defend their might. Here it goes. Next push coming in. Baron still has a minute 40 here. And Inhibitor turret dies. Inhibitor up next. Poby still on the safeguard edge of dropping that ball down and finding the return. Remarkable ulti onto Bloody. He won't be there. Roulette tried to dive in, but how does he get on out now? Upsets poke imminent. Half HP for the enemy Zahen that Fnatic have to deal with. As top turret is going to be up next as they continue the siege. Be on their defense. They're not overcommitting for these objectives. They're like, yo, Baron, what are they going to do? Get an inhibitor, but they can't end the game. You know, like we still have Shen, we still have Shockwave. They hold on to their tools. Mainta drops the ult in the previous play, but it wasn't followed up. It wasn't over egregiously sent with all ultis just trying to fish.
And that's why I think actually cracking that top inhibitor was probably a little bit more valuable for Fnatic. But here we go.
But what are they going to do with it? They turn the lights off to dive in. Encore is going to fly in from Lost, but True Shot Barrage hits Mainta. He's low. Sobro targeted out. It's a one-man Shockwave, but it's enough. Grim Deliverance flies in. Relax flashes in. Ori at Rush. He's about to get into Revive as well. Return, he says. It's dreaded, but Razork's able to spell shield against it as the follow-up continues on. Relech, a demon machine, flies through Summoner's Rift looking for his cooldowns with Dissonance on his head. It's not over yet. Movement speed. Dreaded return. Pulls in Lospa. Poby there to help. And a game ain't over till it's over. I'm sick of saying the damn line. There's no objectives up, but there's a hell of a lot of gold on Summoner's Rift for Navi.
Navi find the play off of Relech's flash in, picks off Sobro, and then as the speed ups coming through from Poby to turn it onto upset dive this. So Relech sees his moment, jumps onto Sobro, gets the pull back, Shockwave immediately to help follow up. And then he will have to go and defend. Mainta already backing off to go for that top side. So that's the call as Paris takes a good chunk of damage with Fnatic on Baron.
Is it enough for them to pull off? Poby walks into river with Relech. Baron is being twirled all around for the time being. Paranoia turns off the lights. This won't be a steal. Encore lands on 2 as well. Public execution from Sobro. It flies onto one target, and it is Relech with the equalizer, cooking Fnatic alive. What an angle from Mainta. Sam D is pulled in his flash to execute upset as well after his killer instinct. Triple down, Razork only alive, and Relech died first to pave the way for Navi.
A massive shockwave from Poby catches everyone who grouped up on Fnatic to finish off Relech. And now it's just Razork standing. Navi will take some much needed gold back, but they do lose, I believe, maybe actually both of these inhibitors. You can see the top lane's already gone, our inhibitor turrets, top lane's already gone down, probably lose the bottom one as well. But we'll see here. So Fnatic don't decide to pull off. I think they could have let the minions do the work. There goes the tower. But you see Lospa gets the charm. Everyone jumps in on top of this, but watch the shockwave. 4 members. Then the equalizer. Damage rips through them as, hang on a second, Poby.
Poby's in the middle of no man's land, but Sandy's backed him up. Jier's going to be down on Razork, and Razork's going to die as well. How he got here, I think he saw a target in Poby, and Poby lives to tell. Poby hits an insane shockwave. Mainta layers it down. We come back to live. Sandy's that confident. He just striked a pose. And that's Ocean Soul for Navi. You know what? Never glaze. And now Fnatic are in the losing position. They're on the defensive path. These outers are being taken out, and it was bot, then mid, now top. I mean, if they get uptime in fights, if they get to send the ball in, Dagda, they roll in with an Ocean Soul. Becomes harder to kill. Sobro's at the front line here. Relech looking for an angle. Equalizer layers the field. Relech flashes in. Try to return. Shockwave again. There's an execution on the back from Sobro, which looks pretty nice, but taking a while to die. Relech goes in with a defensive ulti. Razork goes in with an aggressive one, and I think I prefer his more. Sam D. Meanwhile, Renan's value is crazy. Roulette saved his 80 carry and his core carries, and it was the right, smart move to do. Elder will be started. 3 for 1 the trade. No smite to contest. NAVI have got this one in the bag.
Yeah, you can see Vladdy's trying to run towards cutting off some of the waves, but he decides to back off. I think the time is done.
Poby having a game that his father would be proud of once again. Baron's going to go down. 6,000 gold lead for NAVI. They're going to run through mid. It's 2 minutes on the Baron buff, by the way, as well. So this siege is going to be near impossible to stop. Fnatic on their last legs of the game. I said that 20 minutes ago.
Pressure here from NAVI.
Elder half the way through. Almost gone to that 1/4 bar. Roulette getting poked out. NAVI uses this opportunity to go through top lane. They're going to look for inhibitor next as well. Sobro going to defend that mid wave. But Roulette will keep the buffed up minions so they don't die, so they can translate this push into a mid-inner turret as well. Or rather, inhib, excuse me. And NAVI, look, they're going to break open the base. But will they take a little bit more? Elder Dagger, I think it's got about a minute, maybe 30 seconds left. One more wave. Roulette decides to send it in. Grim Deliverance. He's got nothing to lose. Trying to get into his GA. He disengages. Sandy already sends it in. But Shockwave helps seal the deal as well. I don't think that one landed as Paris gets poked on out. But now, onto the Nexus turrets. NAVI have 4 members. They've got an open Nexus. Kill the damn thing. End the game. They do exactly that. As in 48 minutes, they will take this game back at the jaws of defeat and crush Fnatic.
To round it out. So at least Wukong Annie, a pretty staple pick and something that does very well in engaging these team fights for
he plays it.
The rest of them.
He plays it. He plays the Jax. Okay, Sobro just threw the spanner in. This is what we want to see.
Actually missing out on a creep as well, so he doesn't actually have the level 2 quite yet, which is quite handy for Paris and Samdi, I will say, but there we go.
First trade in, upset. Takes his opportunity, Cozy Campfire for the sustain. Meanwhile, we look towards Poby and Vladdy in the mid lane. Electrocute down Poby, quick burst trades himself. Making sure Vladdy doesn't get up timers. This is a great angle. Razork's coming in the nick of time. On top of Sandy's head, who might have to flash, but he gets stunned up. If Sandy flashes now, it's away, so he holds onto that summoner and dies to Razork for now. And the Molten Shield gives him move speed. Over the wall, Razork trying to cut the angle, but Vladdy does it instead. Double Incinerate, but Poby's still stunned by Razork. This Pantheon making magic happen for Fnatic's early game.
My camp's just spawned on the bottom side. I'm just going to try and trade for Dragon and then look for the reset and move top. Will not quite hit 6 off of this.
This time, speaking of objectives, we're going to see Vladdy before going towards Grubs. He's going to use his Realm Warp towards bot. He's Polymorph first, and here's the fly in from Grand Starfall on top of the head of the 80 carry. Sandy can't move, but Vladdy dies to a trade. Paris gets the auto once again. Grub's going to be dragged over. Sobro sitting on a ward. Fnatic are in a warded brush. Poby's here with no flash, but still with stun up and available. Smite first for Razork. Just the one for now as Navi group up, and Fnatic won't be able to walk back into this. It's going to be 1 for 1 at the very least. Looks like 2 here as Roulette regains control.
Main turret dipped into Fog of War, so Fnatic didn't want a full contest when they didn't know where the Olaf was. He's just walking back to bot lane now to catch this wave. We should just get push in top for NAVI now, and then the reset to your more standard lanes.
But is this greedy staying for the crab? Roulette's going to need some help. Lothar gets a kick, rather doesn't hit it. Smite comes through now. Flash Cyclone. It's Vladdy who's greedy. Has to flash away. Second part of the Cyclone incoming as Razork's already found the sun, but Paris is just the lure. He puts a shield on himself as Vladdy re-engages. Flash away from Paris so he doesn't spread the disease of the Rise Q, but Roulette match the flash with an ulti from Paris. Roulette will survive. Razork comes in for the steal, but Navi with a TP. Okay, hold. Mainter doesn't see this. It's not a control ward. He will once that ward is there. Vladdy on top. Counter-strike. Ragnarok instead and looking for the 1v2. Exhaust is down. He has to fight it out. Undertow there. The flash! Ragnarok from Mainter will take the one. Nowhere to be seen. This Dragon's just going to be gone. Maybe a handshake deal. But what is going to be the deal from the side of Roulette right now as Dragon does go down? So junglers right now, you'd say that Razork's in a pretty comfortable position. Send Roulette out. Vladdy, this pathing with no... What is Vladdy doing here? Maybe thinking he's confident. I don't know why. He's dead. You know, he doesn't... I can't explain it. I can't. You're done.
You do have a sizable gold lead in the mid jungle for Fnatic. And I think that was what Vladdy's thought was. It's just like, I can survive this immediate damage. And now Mainter's here, though.
He's found Razork. He has Ragnarok again. Will he need to use it? It comes out. Undertow connects as well. Picks up the axe. Back on up. The Aegis Assault down. And Vladdy gives a kill back over to Navi.
Oh, here comes the Razork, though.
And now going to get one back. As you said, Grand Starfall. Perfectly placed. I have to say,
the place you need
when you have an ult that says, I'll be there.
Yeah.
You know? And he was there.
Yeah.
Relech, will he be here?
Maynard doesn't have ult though.
He does not. Ulti used by Sobro. Is this going to be his 1v2? But Smite comes down, Relech in without his ulti, bonks him, and Olaf loves the low HP. And he's going to use the Molten Shield, but is it enough movement speed? It is for now. Sobro brings out the counter-strike, leap strike away as well. Paris on the way in. As you said, the TP is Poby, stun, nails down Razork. They're deep in the wave, and Maynard's going to run him down. Relect the swing, not even needed as Cyclone comes back up. Such a low cooldown as Polymorph onto Sobro. He needs a way out. He wants to find a way out, but he will not be given a way out. NAVI is starting to punish, and Fnatic send it down bot to be only caught out.
2 kills going across to NAVI. Sam D should be able to clear out this wave and prevent Upset from getting much more. So they're going to be happy. I think it's first tower in the bottom lane as well. Like, sure, it's some plates for Fnatic, but a disaster. And it's just overplaying their hand here. Moments before the Rift Herald.
I've just confirmed with production, Dagda. This is me having an inner working. Fnatic were actually ahead at 14 minutes. Rightfully so, memes aside, in this game somehow.
Yeah, NAVI didn't look for the reset to contest this. They're just like, look, we'll just take the gold from that. Razork gave up the good position he had there.
Yep, and now he's going to use the Herald. Combat begins. To get in the Herald, who's it going to be? Razork waits. He wants the smite still with Q, and he might find it, but in the way, Relech starts up the Cyclone. Relech in the back a bit, now flashes out. Meanwhile, Poby deals with Lospa, and the Olaf is angry again. Sobro can't do anything as Navi steamroll Fnatic. Do not get early game gold leads. They don't do anything.
Like, slowly be able to get the tower if you want. I think they could look for a potential like Realm Warp. The Vladdy move into lane and then get the Grand Star.
I think we kind of talked about in draft, like the Lulu pick here was genius. It's already had a lot of value. I think their triggers are very one who's going to Lila.
Sobro's on towards Poby here though, hiding in the bush.
He's caught out again. Counter strike down. Tippers is a panic. Razork going to ulti in anyway, but it's a shutdown to Sobro. Upset just trying to get within range to threaten Sam D. Baron's up. That's not going to be taken as Maynard's going to take top lane turret instead. I'd love to be in the thick of it. Anyway, Sobro's caught out. Poby has a stun. This Jax is going to be stunned up first. Here comes Sam D, the follow-up imminent. The ignite on his head, a counter-strike down. Poby runs in to give him a kiss of death.
As Upset, like, you just get chased down by the Angry Viking.
True. But Dagda, I worry as Navi step on up, almost getting mid-turret themselves. Razork sending a spear, Comet Spear into Relech's back. If this dragon goes over, it is Cloud Soul up next. Navi going to start it.
Vladdy top lane. Navi, I think, should just get this. Yeah, Fnatic don't want to try and contest. You're just going to look for the mid tower and then a little bit of pressure on towards that tier 2 in the top. I think Poby, though, can just reset, TP to the tower. So even as you're getting main tier threatening the backline, I think Sam D going to be a real threat in these fights. I'm sure, like, Upset should be able to match it as well, but the Unara, I think, is just stronger unless she gets caught.
Sending it in, Razork commits flash as well. The Lulu ult forced the flash out of Sam D too. Realm Warp in from Vladdy. Rest of the team not yet. There as Relech pulls out the Cyclone. The cleanse good. Going deep and Sobro gets a stun. Poby's down. Fnatic, what an angle. Upset flashes in, but maybe a little bit too deep. The stun up from Razork brings 5 back. Sam D doesn't have any shielding left. Fnatic just said go, and it finally worked.
Sam D caught out in River. The amount of vision that Fnatic had on that top side was part of that trade around the Dragon. And Navi end up blundering into it and give Fnatic a Baron. Can Relech steal though?
Mainta at 5k, 4k,
no
Relech is trying. The monkey over the wall, but still! Relech from under the nose of Razork still gets the Baron.
But just a good call from Fnatic. And they managed to punish. They tried to go for Fnatic, but then it becomes very hard for Navi to enter the map.
An angle here. He doesn't have flash. He's going to be spotted out, but into Poby's waiting arms. He tried. Now at half HP, it is an Aegis assault to get on out, but Mainta's found an angle himself. How will Razork get out of this one? The answer is he won't. That's Fnatic running for their lives. Mainta didn't hold on to the ulti, but for now, Vladdy's going to face check. Well, they're going to face check him, but a Cyclone. Perfect angle from Relech. Sends it up. Sobro gets in the backline, but Sandy cannot be crushed with the Lulu by his side. He tries, but this time, Navi are aware. They'll take
the ball for Vladdy to go down, but he does in the end alongside Sobro.
Big shout out to Vladdy. He had to hold his ground. He knew it, but now Cloud Soul's going to go over. That fight tipped the balance again. And even though things looked a little bit close, it is Cloud Soul for this composition, which seems utterly broken. Razork's going to be found here, but there's no Cyclone for Relech to further the catch. As Mates has been working on inner turret in the bot lane, that will fall with the giant minion wave.
And I think like Fnatic still have a chance in out of the position.
It's a Romwell being used by Vladdy. I think it's a bait for now. Undertow trying to clear the wave. Vladdy can't get a rune prison. The Comet Spear not doing much either, but inner turret going to go down for Fnatic. That's a bit of gold to them. Baron will still find its end. But Fnatic getting little off of what should be a one-sided play. We'll still call it as well. They're using Baron, pushing in inner top. Maint is on mid. Vladdy got some pressure down in bot, at least relieving some for his own team, but NAVI are running in these turrets fast.
You can see Major trying to set up a mid is being matched by multiple members of Fnatic, which is just letting Navi get position on towards top side. Razork might have to send it, but
He just got Tibbers and he's dead. Vladdy at half HP as well. Stepped up, gets Cyclone Breath of Light to get him out. Relech is taking turret damage, but he pulls out Cyclone number 2 on Sobro's head. He goes golden and probably buys him some time, but that turret's dead. Sobro has nowhere to stand anymore. The Arclight of Ruin not needed. Doesn't hit, but Culling sending him out. Flash from Upset to get a flash in return, but now Upset's exposed. Fnatic, you didn't think there'd be 2-0, did you? But in the LEC, let's see, we never know. As Navi at 15 minutes took this game, grasped it by the horns, and never let go. Samd clears the ace, and Navi moved to 4, pocketing Fnatic in a 2-0.
2-0 for Navi.
For him, but Paris on the Lulu looking mighty clean as, yeah, fist bump. No, fist bump. No, go fist bump. Go fist, hey. Take a bow. And now go fist bump. Go fist bump the boys. Hey, no. Sammy.
Shh, player of the series vote now at LEC Mainter, Relech and Poby. As they can do whatever they want at this stage. They won the game, they won the series, and they may have just taken one firm big L step towards a good L spot in playoffs.
You'd think so. I mean, again, it's how high they can go. We're in the discussion for top 4 because right now, it's a middling bag. Mainter standing by with Finn, though, after a successful game 2 and 1.
Thank you very much. I'm standing now with Mainter after a huge win versus Fnatic, and this almost locks you guys in playoffs. 96% chance of making it. How does that feel being so close to playoffs already?
I mean, it feels good. It would be a bit scary if we lose today, because next match is Giant X, not a bad team, right? So yeah, now it's gives us more confident. We can be more confident on next week as well. Play without shaking, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. Feels good.
It's definitely a super important win for you guys.
Yeah.
And now in the second game, you guys first picked Olaf, which you had a fantastic game on. And you guys seem to have quite a different read on a champion. I think in the LCK, there's a lot of first pick Olafs, early picks Olaf. But in the LEC, he often drops to 4-5. Why do you think that other teams don't really pry Olaf as much?
I think champ is really OP.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people scared about getting, Vayne or Trundle in their face, especially Trundle, from like players like BB can pull out it. So yeah, they're afraid of Fiesta, so they're waiting for second bans like some matchups, and just then blind pick Olaf.
And you just think it's so strong, you don't really care about the bad matchups.
So I can just blind pick it.
All right. I mean, I liked it. Looked very good this game with the Cloud Soldiers running havoc. And now we are approaching the end of our regular season, and teams are beginning to lock playoffs. Excluding you, there are 2 more playoff spots available. Which are the other 2 teams that you think are going to claim those spots? I can give you the team names if you want that are contesting for it.
Which team? What is the choice?
Yeah, it's like MKOI, Team Heretics, Giant X, SK, and Fnatic.
I think MKOI should make it. And probably Fnatic.
Probably Fnatic and MKOI.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're playing against GX. That's the next game, right? Coming up.
Yeah, see confidence because I will play against them, so I don't mind to win them.
All right.
So they will be out.
How do you think that series is gonna go? You guys think you're gonna win?
Yeah, it depends. Like a lot of scrim days forward, like 5 or 4. We will practice. I think we will win. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will blind pick my Olaf and be happy again, I hope.
So they're better ready for the Olaf.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mainter. Congratulations on your win. We're now going to toss it to a quick break, but when we'll be back, it's going to be GX versus G2.
Counter-strike, Ragnarok instead, and looking for the